would like to now welcome our host for this evening, Anna Mutavati, Regional Director, UN Women for Eastern and Southern Africa. Let's give her a warm round of applause. She is passionate about the gender agenda and has significantly shaped women's rights and political participation. Let's appreciate her as she makes her way.
I'm really honored to welcome you tonight to celebrate this very momentous milestone, 15 years of UN Women existence. So we were born as UN Women 15 years ago. So we are 15 years young. And it's also been 40 years since the historic 1985 World Conference on Women, which was held right here in Kenya, in Nairobi. And it's also been 30 years since the adoption of the very ambitious Beijing Platform for Action in Beijing 30 years ago. 15 years ago this month, the world came together to create something very bold and visionary. That was us, UN Women. The youngest entity so far in the UN system, born with a singular mission to be a powerhouse for gender equality and empowerment of women. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we don't just mark the passage of time. So yes, it's important to remember how young we are, 15 years. We celebrate also, and more importantly, 15 years of impact, 15 years of courage, 15 years of transforming lives. We celebrate a movement that has gone stronger with every voice raised. And so you are all those voices. So we are stronger when you raise your voices with us. With every barrier that's been broken and with every life that has changed. So all of those are points to celebrate. Together with governments globally, together with civil society such as yourselves and the women's rights movements, UN Women has become a catalyst for change. We have witnessed powerful progress. We have seen legal frameworks strengthened to end discriminatory laws against women and girls. We have also seen gender policies adopted. We have seen women's voices rising. We have seen in parliament and in boardrooms and in communities, women are not being quiet anymore. Women are speaking. Women are reclaiming their voice. But not just talking, women are shaping progress. Women are driving change, and that's all of us. So I do acknowledge that we are certainly not where we were 15 years ago. We are moving forward. We also see more girls in school. So that's a positive thing, right? We celebrate. However, not enough girls are getting to tertiary education, and not enough girls are in science, technology, engineering, innovation, mathematics, and all of those science subjects. Maternal health has also improved. So we've seen less and less women now dying out of causes that could be prevented, right, when they are pregnant. However, for me, if you ask me, one woman dying out of a process that's supposed to be beautiful, bringing life, right? A process that could be prevented, and that is preventable. So even one woman is one too many for me. Sexual and reproductive health rights are also gaining ground, but we've also seen very active, very loud voices that are trying to take away all of those rights that we thought were safe, sexual and reproductive health rights. So the road ahead is long, but we are going to walk it together. We celebrate the victories, but we do not ignore the unfinished work, because the world is still not equal for women and girls. And that is why UN Women's mission is more urgent than ever. And your presence here today is also saying, yeah, we want to be part of that journey. We've been part of that journey, but we want a renewed commitment at the individual level, where we're coming from, but also working with UN Women. We envision a world where every woman and girl has equal rights, has equal voice, and equal power. And we know this world is not a dream. At least it's not a dream for all of us who are here, right? It is within reach. As we mark this 15-year milestone, we renew our promise as UN Women. And what does this promise say? We will not stop. We are aware of all these voices. We are aware of all these shenanigans. We are all of this powerful lobby pushback, right? That's deleting gender from every document as we speak. That's saying, oh, no. That one, we don't want it. Delete. We are aware of it. And we are aware also of what they want to do. They want to weaken us, right? So that we yield. But our promise to you as we mark these 15 years of existence as UN Women is we will not stop. We will not slow down. And we are not going back. We will continue to support feminist movements, our allies, the male allies that join us in this powerful war that we are driving, that we are waging in support and in defense of our rights. Invest in local leadership and build a future where equality is not the exception, but the norm. So, what is the promise that we are leaving with you? 1, we are calling for renewed political will to safeguard hard-won gains for all women and girls. Secondly, we are also asking for where is the money, because that work takes a lot of money. This other work that Christina mentioned, that is working so hard to take away the gains, is so well-funded. It's so well-funded, they can afford to be in every space. So it's a small voice, which is so well-funded that it can drown the majority of the voices like ours, right? So to counter that, we need resources. Thirdly, we are also saying that we need all governments to put in place laws and policies to close the gender gap in farm productivity. Fourthly, governments and institutions should strengthen laws on violence against women. Number 5, we should invest in care systems so that we free up women from the care roles, so that women can then have time and space to organize, to be part of economic development at the local level, at the national level, regional level, global levels, right? But we are also calling on governments and employers to advance equal pay for equal work done. We know that quotas do work, quota system in political representation, they do work. So also what we call affirmative action, and here in Kenya, I think we know it as 2/3 gender rule, right? So those systems work. When you see the resistance to passing the 2/3 gender rule, it's because they know it works. Number 8, also close the digital gender divide. While we've seen more young women in the STEM space, in AI development and so on, they are not enough. So we need to see how private sector and public sector come together to help us close that gender digital divide. 9, of course, policymakers and stakeholders to address harmful gender norms. We know what they are at home, right? You don't say this, you don't eat this, you don't do that, you don't do that. And these are also norms that are shaped at the community level. And before we know it, they make it into our statute books. And before we know it, we are all, carrying this yoke of laws that continue to treat women as second-class citizens. So addressing those harmful social norms and gender norms. And then finally, all stakeholders, public and private, to significantly increase investments in equality as a cornerstone for advancing sustainable development and ensuring that no one is left behind. So at UN Women, gender equality is not just what we do, it is in our DNA. It is who we are. So tonight we celebrate, we reflect, and we rise with renewed purpose, with unwavering resolve, and with the hope that is stronger than ever. Happy 15th anniversary to UN Women and to all of us who are UN Women. Thank you for walking this journey with us. Thank you very much. The best is yet to come.